Hmm.
I watched the big Wakanda fight scene from Infinity War.
Hmm.
And it just reminded me, it's so weird because that entire scene is just them fighting like grunts and shit. Like they're
Mm.
big alien fuckers, but they're just like there's thousands of them because they're just supposed to be the fucking infantry. And Captain America can't fight like two of them, let alone one. He's just fucking shit at it. Black Panther's just getting his ass beat the entire time. And pretty much everybody, like the Hulk in the Hulk Smasher fucking big Iron Man suit. He's just getting his ass beat even in the fucking massive Iron Man suit. And they're all just fucking shit. And I'm like, okay. And then Thor comes in and literally wipes out most of them in just one big go. And you just think to yourself, like, why? Why do half of these people in the team even fucking exist? Or why are they big characters? When, in comparison to other people, they're just shit?
I think it's because they're leader roles.
I guess. But I mean, Captain America's not being much of a leader, just literally getting fucking trounced on by about 16 of them. If
Okay.
he can't beat if he can't beat one of them, what fucking good is he in a war?
Well, I don't know. I don't think they designed the suit to go against four armed alien motherfuckers.
Well, all they were doing was fucking jumping on him and he couldn't handle it. They weren't even fucking shooting him or anything, they're just jumping on him. And he couldn't
Yeah,
fight
because
back.
they can't use guns.
Yeah, point is, Black Panther's doing that and he can't even beat one of them. The fucking Hulk suit can't do anything. Captain America is pretty much the main character of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's fucking shit.
I think it is purely because they were meant to look like they were losing, so that Thor had like a more dramatical entrance.
Yeah, but even then, it
Then
just goes.
then they have a
Even if
reason to
that's
do
the
the song.
intended effect, all it does is just make everybody look shit, and then you go, oh yeah, I forgot Thor's basically like one of the strongest people in this fucking group. It's just weird. You just think to yourself like, this entire fucking war could be won single-handedly by Thor. So what was the point in getting all of these forces together when literally all you needed was one man?
Well, yeah, he's a god.
That's what I mean. It's like Avengers Assemble, but realistically we only need four.
Hmm.
It just seems a bit fucking pointless. It's kind of like the same with Justice League. It's like, here's a fight in Justice League, or Superman versus everybody in the Justice League. It's like, what's the point of fucking having everyone if Superman could single-handedly do everything? Just get him 5 psychiatrists instead of 5 helpers, and it'd be fine.
Hmm.
The only thing with fucking Superman is that he like goes off the rocker sometimes.
Hmm.
So just get him, people close to him like Lois Lane and all that shit. Make sure they're constantly, making sure he's not going insane, and he can literally save the entire world at any point. Same with Thor. Just give him Natalie Portman, he'll be fine.
Hmm.
It just seems so fucking like pointless. It's like at least make them look like they're holding their own. Like, oh look, we're losing because we're being outnumbered, but not like, oh look, I literally can't beat one of these things. I'm fucking shit. Because if we date back to films like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, in Lord of the Rings, whenever they're in a losing situation, they're still actively killing stuff.
I mean, there is a part where, like, did you watch the entire fight, or did you, like...
I think it was the entire fight, yeah.
Because I remember at the start they were kicking the shit out of aliens, but then near the end they, like, started to run out of energy and then they get their asses kicked.
That's what I mean, is like, you getting to that point, it's just kind of like, they're not really super, are they? That literally was just a case of, oh, I'm getting fucking beaten the shit out of. Why? Because story has to happen. It literally could have been Captain America beating a couple up and, like, fucking, beating the shit out of them, but then just being like, holy fuck, we're outnumbered.
Hmm.
Just make it look like he's struggling, not actually make it look like he's losing. It's just weird. Like, they're superheroes. They have to look cool. They have to look powerful, not look like a bunch of fucking dweebs.
Again, Captain America is literally just a human on extra steroids.
Yeah, still, he's still superhuman. If he could fight one or two, he should have the stamina to keep fighting them. Not get to a point where he goes, ah, I can't beat one of these things. Ah, help me. Ah, I'm scared. Ah. Fuck off. And then later on, they're just gonna go, oh yeah, here's a scene with fucking Captain America, like, fighting fucking Thanos and shit. And you're just like, well, why are you able to do that, but you couldn't be a fucking thing?
He can hold his gauntlet open for like 5 seconds and then gets beat the shit out of.
The fact that he can even hold his gauntlet open for more than 5 seconds must fucking be astonishing, considering he couldn't hold off against the fucking infantry.
Hmm.
It's just weird. If anything, it's just annoying because you could just so tell that it's done to move the plot forward.
Thing is,
Like,
it is meant to be Thanos' movie.
It's my movie.
It's It's Thanos' movie.
So, I see what I said. I can agree with you to a certain extent, but it doesn't bother me too much. I know it doesn't bother you too much.
Now. What is this? What is this conversation?
Hush your gums for 2 secs.
Jack, it's okay. Just fucking leave the party.
I probably know more about it than any of you. So what are you talking about?
So
I was just saying, basically, I watched the Wakanda fight scene from Infinity War.
Wakanda.
Yeah. Where everyone's being overpowered by the fucking random alien infantry. You know, there's thousands of them. And there's just really goady shots of Captain America not being able to beat one of them and just shielding against it. Black Panther literally just getting thrown around by them. The big Hulk suit just getting jumped on by like 6 of them and knocked over and his eyes scratched out. And then Thor comes in and wipes out like half of them in one fucking shot. And you just think like, doesn't that completely make the other heroes just look like shit?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like they're all there, like, oh, we've been waiting for this. And meanwhile, Thor's been like, I haven't done anything for ages. And then, well, I think it's meant to be because he comes back and he's been away from Earth for ages. And then
I know why they did it for that reason. I'm just saying the fact that it just takes away from the superhero aspect because it makes them look so downtrodden. Yeah, just kind of weak.
Yeah, but I think it's meant to prove that they're better together than apart.
Well, no,
but they were together, and they still sucked.
No, they weren't, because Thor wasn't there. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, just because Thor wasn't there. So basically, what you're saying is they all suck together, but the moment that one extra like final piece comes in.
They also didn't have Tony or Spider-Man or Strange.
Oh, Tony would have made a fucking difference.
Yeah, he would have.
No. He only just
War
like
Machine. War Machine was one of the only people. War Machine was literally the only good one in that scene because he was wiping out fucking hundreds of them, and then just got hammered in the side of the head and knocked out.
So if Iron Man was there, do you not think that it would have just been a second War Machine, if not a better?
Yeah, and he would have just got hammered.
Yeah, because he would have had the blood armor. He would have the blood something armor.
Better than anyone else.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with War Machine. I didn't mention War Machine in this argument because I think War Machine did well.
Well, that's
no, War Machine is literally just an arsenal of weapons. It doesn't do anything other than just weapons.
And
it's still better than Captain America.
Well, yeah, because he has guns.
What you're saying though is that Iron Man would have made a difference, but he definitely would have if War Machine was the best one. And War Machine
he would have made a difference.
Of Iron Man.
Yeah, he would have made a difference, but it doesn't change the fact that those people, Captain America and Black Panther, they could have just done a shot of them being overpowered without them literally looking like shit.
Yeah, but listen, the reason why I feel like that scene does a good job of doing it is because it's conveying what it wants to. It's more saying, in this invasion, they are technically shit. Which, yeah, as I said, comparing it to Lord of the Rings does it better.
Heroes should look that fucking beaten down.
Yeah, but
well, yeah, because they went up. They were up against something that they have no idea they were going up against.
I said that's the only issue I have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. I can see what Josh is getting at. Sorry.
It would have just been weird if they just went, oh yeah, they just go in and win.
Yeah, we won. And Thor comes to Earth. Thor comes to Earth, and next you know he's like, oh, everyone's been killed. No need for me.
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying they should win. The point is, what I'm saying is, in Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
Whenever they're in a losing situation because they're getting outnumbered, they still actively kill the enemies. Like they go, guys, we're being outnumbered, and you can see they're on their back foot and they're being cornered and shit. But they're still like actually killing stuff, and they're actually fighting the fucking infantry, and they're actually doing something, and then they get saved. And you're like, cool, they're actually still fighting because they look like strong, stoic characters. They're superheroes, and they're going, wah, Thor, save me, wah! Fuck off, you're not a superhero!
Yeah, but that's meant to show you that these are powerful beings that they're going against.
They're not powerful. Yeah, but why are they powerful within the infantry?
Well, if
it's Thanos' army.
If their fodder is that powerful, that goes to say something. Which,
if one of their fodder can beat Captain America, then Thor can beat Captain America 500 times over.
Yeah, he can, because he's
So what's the fucking point having Captain America around?
He's a leader!
So is fucking Black Panther! So
he's a king!
So is Thor!
That's like saying you shouldn't have Batman around because Superman's around.
That's the point!
Justice League.
Batman does all
Everybody in the Justice League shit compared to Superman.
What's the point of Flash? Superman's faster than Flash.
He is.
No, he isn't.
He is.
Speed Foos. Oh, is that a
Superman
tenner?
could beat anyone.
Look,
Oh,
look,
15.
look.
I could get 10.
It
I
would've
could get a
just-
10 bag and a half.
It would have gone either way. It's like, why would they make the film and then just
Oh,
have them?
no, anyway.
They're either going to overpower
not
the Avengers,
to be
and it's
honest.
literally just going to be all these aliens running in and
That's
killing
all you
them
owe
straight
me.
away, or it would have been that they go in
You owe
and
me a
then
fiver.
they just
And then
beat
we
all
went
the
to Tesco,
aliens
you owe me
straight
another
away.
fiver.
No,
So
you're
there's
going for
no
the
point where it
extremes.
did.
All I wanted was Captain America to actually look like he was fighting back and not being a little crybaby
There you go.
bitch.
Yeah, but it's just meant
It
to
doesn't
show
matter.
that these are powerful beings that they're going against.
Yeah, but it's at the expense of making the superheroes look like weak little shits.
Then again,
That's
he
a-
was only used to one
I
shield
feel
and not
like
having
that's
two.
the point of the scene.
And
That's
another
a-
point is that there are thousands, literally thousands of them on top of them, and there's just
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 of them like individually.
Hmm.
So,
Right. But at the beginning of the fight, they're fine.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah, 'cause they
straight
got
into the
overwhelmed.
fight. That's the
Yeah, but
beginning of the
Captain
fight.
America's never had to
They're
deal
not
with something
overwhelmed.
Even when you're getting
planetary.
overwhelmed, you can still act like you're actually fighting back.
Yeah, but they've been fighting for like ages at that point. It's they're like fresh into
Still?
the fight at the beginning, so they're going to be fine. Then later on, they're going to get worn
Yeah,
out.
they're
from fighting
superheroes,
with
Jack. They're supposed to have
all
super
that.
fucking stamina and shit
No.
like that.
Yeah,
They're
but
supposed to have-
Josh, Captain America
You
went,
say
went up
stamina.
against bloody Iron Man, and he still was tuck it out after like 5 minutes of them fighting.
That's the whole point.
Well, that's
of
just
the
fucking his
film.
fault then,
They're
isn't
not
it?
meant-
He's just
they're meant to
shit.
make them more. The points of these films are they're meant to make them more grounded and realistic. I know that there's points where they're not realistic and they're not grounded whatsoever, but that's the whole point of them being like this. Is that it's meant to be a more realistic setting and more realistic kind of like scenario. So it was
Yeah,
like if
but
it
then
was
at the
like
same time, they're going to get someone that has infinite power.
exactly.
So if they can't beat a single
they can-
infantry, how at the end of the day am I going to believe that they can do anything against Thanos? How am I supposed to believe that Captain America, the little
Because they went-
crybaby who can't
they
fight a
went
fucking
They're not.
infantry,
It's like when it,
He's
it's
gonna
like when
fight
they went
him.
against Ultron.
They went
they
straight
were like,
into this thing. Go on, Sam. So what you're going to say?
it's like when they went against Ultron. They like knew that they had no chance of like beating him, but they had to try.
Well, no, I was
Well,
going to
yeah.
say is that with Thanos, the first time round, they had no plan. They had no idea what they were going. They had no idea what they were going up against. They didn't know how they were going to do this.
Didn't
and
know
they
how
just
big
had
his
the
army
whole,
was.
like, world on their shoulders, and they were just like, right, we've just got to win this, otherwise everyone dies. So they just went into it and tried to do what they could do,
On it.
and just happened to lose because of the whole "you should have gone for the head" thing. That's the only
Yeah,
reason.
it's
they
not a
lost.
story thing. It's just a directing thing. I just don't think they should have made them look so weak.
I think it's good because it shows you that even the most powerful
See,
heroes have weak points and have points when they're not going to be at their best, and that if they're all together and they have like each different person coming in to help, then they're going to be amazing. But if
I
they're
think that's
individually,
what
then-
Endgame tried to show, because you know all of them come back.
In Endgame, they're all together and they have a plan.
Oh, I don't know. There was
I-
enough of them there.
So Lloyd,
Like,
speak for fuck's
Half
sake.
of them wasn't there. Half of them wasn't there.
Lloyd,
Mm.
Lloyd, say something, please.
You guys are getting heated.
It's because this
So
is
I
something-
agree with
I know
Josh that-
Josh is annoyed
Oh
at
my
anyway.
god. Lloyd's trying to say something.
Josh-
but we
Josh
keep
is-
interrupting
Just say
you.
it then.
Well, I am, but you keep interrupting me, you crone
No, I'm
prick.
not. You keep pausing.
Jack,
You
calm
say it
down.
and then you go.
Jack, calm.
Okay, go on, say it.
Alright, Josh is right in an instance that certain movies do the scene better. The only reason why I don't think it's that big of an issue is because the scene's like conveying something and it conveyed it right.
Yes.
But that's not to say that other movies haven't done it better, because Lord of the Rings definitely does it better. Because Lord of the Rings is objectively a better film.
That's what I'm saying. It's things like that. It conveys the same thing of they're downtrodden and losing, but without making them look bad. That's the thing.
So I could see why you would think.
I think the
you
thing is,
know,
I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it could be doing better because it still has the same
You're
effect
not
at the end of the
fan
day
of
that it was going to have either way. But I just think it could have been done better, like a better film. But or at least, even if you don't agree it's a better film, I still think that fight scene, like most of the big fight scenes from Lord of the Rings, are better.
guys, be neutral. See it from both sides.
That's still subjective, though.
Well, no, it's,
Obviously, it's
definitely
subjective. I can't have my opinion without people ripping my throat out.
For
That's
me,
what I mean.
like
It's
the
subjective
reason,
either way.
well, the reason I'm at odd with Elliot, because at the end of the day, it's his opinion, but objectively, there's nothing wrong with that scene.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It just could
Yeah.
be done better, in my opinion. But then most scenes in
Yeah.
most films could be done better. So
A drink
Like,
fell.
yeah,
Where is it?
I still think objectively as well, Lord of the Rings does it better.
if there's a better comparison, of any scene in any film, then I'm going to compare it and be like, well, that could have been better because this film did it better. That's just true for anything. So,
Have we all come
and the whole
around?
thing of like most of them not being there and being together. My only thing with that is, in the original Avengers film, there's like what, 6 of them, 7 of them.
Yeah.
I remember.
But then, because of new additions and stuff like that to the original Avengers, within that scene, they still have roughly the same number.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Thor
So-
didn't have his new hammer. So again,
What?
he did Thor back then in like the first one. Thor didn't have his new
Wait,
hammer.
yeah, but what was
Banner's Hulk
was
wasn't
Josh's
working.
point, though? What was Josh's point? I wanted
Well,
to
no,
hear
you
it.
just said the fact that it's like, oh, you know, it shows that when they're not together, and it's like, yeah, but in the
Yeah.
first film there was only 6 of them, and they
were
worked
going
together.
against- yeah, but they were going against Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was still like a massive, you know, fucking
Yeah,
force
but
of
plus
enemies.
plus
and shit
plus
like
Yeah,
Loki,
but
plus
Loki
Loki
is
halfway
nothing
like
compared to Thanos.
Loki near the end was like, oh no, I've actually done something wrong. I can't stop
Loki
it.
literally got straight up murdered by Thanos, so it just
Yeah.
shows you that
Murdered.
Thanos and Loki are not comparable.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like the fact that they had different people. Like, instead of having Iron Man in that scene, they had War Machine.
Oh, the only
And instead of having the
the only
Hulk,
way we
they
won,
had Armored
Hawkeye!
Hulk.
Which is, yeah, that's another reason why
They
they
still
didn't
had
win,
Black
because
Widow.
yeah, but they
They
didn't
had
have
Black Panther
Iron
instead of Hawkeye.
They didn't have
know?
Vision. No, they didn't have Wanda.
They didn't have Spider-Man.
The thing is, Wanda was
Yeah.
Wanda was protecting Vision, even though when Wanda came out, literally Wanda
should've been-
she turned the tide.
She literally destroyed all of them. She should have been there from the start.
Everyone has possible changes of the tide, they just chose not to.
Yeah, they were just like, you know what? We'll keep the strongest person we have next to Vision,
Yeah.
keeping him safe, rather than on the front lines. We could have just kept Captain America or
Well, I mean,
anyone
in a
else,
way it
but
makes
had
sense,
anyone else
because, like,
there.
if they're the most powerful person doing that.
I mean,
then-
true, but then at the same time, maybe you could have had the defensive heroes, like Shield, Vision, like the guy who uses a shield,
To be honest-
whatever.
No, Vision was no. What'd you say? Did you say?
Vision was the one
Vision
that was
was-
being protected because he's
Yeah.
being worked on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To
wasn't
protect
able
him,
to
maybe
fight
you should have
that.
kept the defensive heroes with Vision.
No,
Yeah, he would've been
it
a good
was.
choice for that.
It was also the fact that instead of it's like say because the difference between Black Panther is the fact that he doesn't just stay behind, you know, how like the normal kings do, just like let the minions do all the crap. He's on
Yeah,
the
that's
front
fine,
lines.
but I'm not saying Black Panther. Black Panther's fine on the front lines. I'm saying
Oh,
Captain
for
America,
frick's
the Shield
sake.
guy, should be maybe
Sorry, I'm-
protecting
Sorry, I'm
Vision.
worried about this.
True, but didn't they have one protecting Vision who's like...
Yeah, they had one.
Oh.
Yeah. She's like
Yeah,
I'm
but
literally
they just
being
said Wanda could have
narrow-minded.
turned the tide. So why
she's
not
like
have
she's
her in
like
the first
she's like the
place?
second strongest Avenger, kinda.
Yeah.
Well, that's because of plot significance. She didn't want to leave Vision because they in love.
She's still like the second, if not the most powerful Avenger there.
I mean, again, they didn't know what they were fighting against.
No, but still.
They were like,
I
oh,
think
well, I
that's
wonder what their
it's like
game
what
plan
Lloyd
is.
said. It's like what Lloyd
Right.
said, that they were just trying to convey something, and that was that they're not as good when they're like all separated, and that in that scenario they were way out of their depth,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why
which is
that's why
true.
and that's why they kick ass
Yeah.
in Endgame.
and that even heroes like that can have like weak points.
Yeah, it's. I said this is speaking objectively. Objectively, there's nothing wrong with it. What Josh is saying is that he personally wasn't fond of that scene.
No, that's not what I'm
Because
saying.
of certain reasons. Really? I thought you were.
No. No, literally, I keep saying this. I have nothing wrong with the scene. I just think it could have done better. It's not bad.
Wait, well, that's more or less what I'm getting at.
If I said the fucking scene was a 9 out of 10, I'm just saying my input what would make it a 10 out of 10. Like, doesn't mean I think it's bad.
I'm saying you're not the biggest fan of it because you.
I don't know where you got that
from.
from. Just because something could be improved doesn't mean like you don't like it.
Well, no,
Like-
I'm not saying you dislike it. You're just not like, oh, that's a really good scene.
Right.
The point I'm saying is, objectively, it's not a bad scene. Josh is just saying, oh, it would be better if you did this, which I
Yeah.
can agree with. But objectively speaking, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was
So,
trying to
but I
say.
don't know where this whole "I'm not the biggest fan of it" thing came from.
Well, there
Just
we
give me an
go.
issue with something doesn't mean you don't like it.
Well, that's
if I have
that's
issues with My
technically-
Hero, doesn't mean I don't fucking think it's an amazing series. Like,
Of course not.
I think they could have dealt with this All Might scene better.
Like the way.
Oh, so you're not a massive fan of My Hero then? Nah, not really.
Well, no, but then if someone said, "What do you think of that scene?" I was like, I'm not the massive fan of that scene. Doesn't mean I dislike that scene.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.